Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a fun video for me because I just thought of this idea and I think I actually saw it floating around on YouTube, and I think I saw it floating around a little bit on YouTube, but I wanted to make it my own and do drugstore foundations only. So today's video is going to be my best and worst foundation picks for 2018 out of my collection, and I'm excited to do this video, so I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right in. So this is going to be a fun video for me because I went throughout my collection and I dug out all of my drugstore foundations, even ones I haven't used in quite some time, and I wanted to just put them all together, put them to the test, and see how they work in today's video. Foundations really aren't going to show, sometimes they really don't show their true colors until you wear it out. So if it looks bad right when it goes on, then I guess that says something. But some foundations may look really good, and then of course within 20-30 minutes it can be really oily, it can be really dry, it can slip off. Anything can happen if you give it time. Probably 12 to 15 foundations here from the drugstore that I am going to be trying out today, and some of them I'm going to double up. So for instance, like the L'Oreal Infallible and the L'Oreal Pro Glow, I'm gonna just double them up so it'll save time. I'm not gonna apply this entire foundation to my face, and this entire foundation, because they're from the same line. It's just that one is glow and one is matte. To start off, I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to be using a primer that I normally use on an everyday basis, so that way I can kind of get more true feeling for how it would look and give you guys a more true opinion of how and what I think about it. And I'm going to be using the Soap and Glory One Heck of a Blot primer. You guys know that I love this primer. It was one of my favorite primers of 2017. I'm still using the exact same bottle, exact same tube. I lost the cap because that's how I do. It's been so hot outside. Like, we were wanting cold weather in Georgia, and now it's been like super hot, and we're like, go away. But maybe this will help me see what foundation I should try out this week with all the weather, 80-degree weather, so I can find like a new favorite. So as I was giving you guys that description in the beginning, or kind of an example, I'm going to go ahead and start off with that today. So I'm going to put the L'Oreal Pro Matte on this side of my face and the L'Oreal Pro Glow on this side of my face, and I love both of these foundations. I'm just go ahead and say it. I've actually been wearing this foundation all week. I usually prefer this one in the winter time. It's actually almost out, so doing the half and half will actually work. So I have a range of foundation brushes here in front of me, so I'm not going to be using the same one to apply all foundations, but I am going to be repeating some of them. I'm just going to be honest. Kind of see how this one has a little bit of a glow. Like, it's not completely matte. You can see all the glowage going on. Looks like I've applied a highlighter, but I haven't. And you can also see it's kind of orange. It's not matching up with my chest really well, or matching up with my undertones really well. And this is also in the shade 212 Cocoa. This one, because it's matte, the thing that I noticed is that it's like it doesn't glide on with the brush the whole time. Like, eventually it starts like drying out. This is what this foundation looks like. Of course, I love the glow that I get from the L'Oreal Pro Glow, but I would only rock this pretty much in the winter time, because I feel like foundations that already have a glow or a radiant to them on the skin, for me, because I'm super duper oily, like as soon as I can walk out in the humidity, like this will become this. So I don't need this already showing and then I get pretty much sweaty, and it's just really a sweaty look. So I prefer this side in the winter time and then this side in the summertime. This is what these two foundations look like. Like I said, the only thing is the color. Like, you do have to give it a little bit of time to warm up into the skin, but I love both of them. The worst part about this is taking off the foundations. Alright, so next up in front of me, I have the NYX Invincible Fullest Coverage Foundation. So this I'm going to apply to my entire face just to see how it looks. I actually have not really used this. I don't know why. This is in the shade Cocoa. I believe the shade may be a little bit too dark, so we shall see.
Okay, yeah. I think it's definitely darker than like the brightest parts of my face, but
I don't know. What do you guys think? I definitely think obviously it's the wrong color. Like, I mean, my face and neck are two different 2 different shades. I will say it's a pretty decent coverage. I feel like it filled in really quickly, and I don't know, it looks pretty full coverage, but I feel like it could look that way because it's a different color, and so I really can't tell for sure. But I don't know, it's a pass. It's a pass because, one, I don't like the finish of it. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of texture, and you guys probably can't see it. I'm gonna try to scoot a little closer. You guys see the texture? Maybe not. But I'm seeing a lot of texture like right here in this area. It's settling like a lot, like right here. With the Pro Glow, it kind of like gives you like a smooth finish, and with this, it's like it's setting in here like really easily. If I had to rate this, I would say I give it a 5, like a solid 5, because of its texture issues and obviously the wrong color. But it's not matte. It is, I would say, medium to full coverage, but it doesn't have a good finish. Alright, so now I'm going to be moving on to the Maybelline Fit Me Foundations. You guys know I love these foundations. They're ride or die. They're only $5.99, so I love these foundations. The 2 that I'm going to be using today is, again, the Matte and Poreless on this side. This is in shade 360 Mocha, and this one is in 360 Mocha as well. This is the Dewy and Smooth one. Alright, so we're primed and ready to go. So I'm going to go in with the Dewy and Smooth. This you do have to shake up because these come out really liquidy, so I like to shake them up. Like, I can barely even tell I have anything on. Like, I mean, of course you see the dewiness, so it's looking a lot like the L'Oreal Pro Glow, except the color is just a little bit better, in my opinion.
This is why I love this foundation. I mean, it just comes out of the tube perfect.
So pretty much the same exact thing, the same exact difference with the Infallible Pro Mattes as was with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and the Pro Glow. Same thing. Got this side that's giving a little bit more matte. This side's giving a lot more glow. So again, I don't know why I haven't been picking up the Dewy and Smooth version. I love the colors. Like, the colors are amazing. I think if I had to rate these foundations, I would say at least 8.5 out of 10. All right, so moving on now to the next foundation. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundation. It says it's Longwear Illuminating Foundation. This is in the color Coffee. I love this shade. I do like this foundation. It is a little bit luminous, so it says it's an illuminating foundation. So that's what you're going to expect from this. So we're going to go ahead and apply it. I think this foundation matches with like the brighter parts of my face like really well, but like the darker parts of my face, it obviously is a little too light for those areas, so I usually have to warm back up my face. But it is a little bit light, as you can see. Like, I feel like the main indicator of like knowing when a foundation is too light is right here. Like, it just doesn't flow with the rest of your hairline. And what I would do is I would go in with like a bronzer and just bronze up like this area, all around my chin area, just to make it a lot more bronze. I would obviously really bring this down into my neck area as well, because I walk out the door already looking like this. Putting that on top of the heat, this is a no-no for me. If I had to rate it, and they have a lot of shades in that foundation, it's not something that is like picky with the shades. If I had to rate this, I would say I would give it, just because it's only for me personally, I can only wear it in like one season, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. All right, moving on to my next foundation. This foundation is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Foundation, and I use this foundation. I have a review up on my channel, and I'll have that linked in the cards and down in the description box below. But I've used this foundation a couple of times. After the review, honestly, I really didn't use it that much. I feel like I was buying a lot of foundations at the time, and I just really did. But I'm actually going to do half and half with the Maybelline Superstay foundation, the 24-hour foundation. So this, I feel like, was like the successor of this. Like, this came out at least 2-3 years ago, and then this recently came out, and you guys already know how I feel about this. I will also leave that down in the description box below. But I want to see them side by side because I have not done a side by side of these yet. They're both in the Superstay line. I do like the finish of it though. I think if I were to go maybe a shade down so I don't look casket ready, powder around the perimeter area, but I love the finish and I love the fact that it's like, it's thick, but it's like smooth. It's really, really smoothing on the skin.
And you can immediately see the difference in color. I think I'm putting on way too much. I think I'm trying to pump out the amount I would use for.
Okay, so this is the wrong color as well. As you can see, this is definitely more yellow washing me out. This is probably more neutral washing me out. But this, you guys already know how I feel about this foundation. It is really oily. It's not matte at all. It's just a seamless matte finish. I would definitely say this is more matte, the Superstay Better Skin. Color aside, because of course I look casket ready. Color aside, I love this more than I do this. And this one, see the review for further details. This I would give, just based off kind of what I'm remembering. I don't even remember what I said in that review, honestly. Just based off kind of like a almost first impression, because I haven't used it in forever. I would give it like a 6. Because I really do love the like matte finish. I'm getting a little bit of like oils in here, but I feel like with concealer and setting powder that'll kind of resolve. And I actually might try this out later this week. Like I might try to bronze up tomorrow and use this and pretty much see how I feel about this foundation for real. So alright, so now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and you guys pretty much already know how I feel about this foundation as well. So I'm actually going to mix this half and half with the Maybelline Conceal Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, because I have not tried this one in a while. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus on this side and Maybelline Conceal and Perfect on this side.
This side of my face, and you can immediately see how dark and orange it is. But you don't need a whole lot of it. Like the little applicator fills up pretty quickly, and you just don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to take a more kind of flimsier brush and just spray it all over.
I would wear this foundation a lot more if it was more in my color. Like if it was closer to my color, I probably would wear this foundation every day. This foundation, of course, you can see it's a little bit too dark. It's definitely orange, red. On the packaging, it does say that it's in cool. I don't know if they have other ones like in a warm tone. I don't know. But to me, it looks very red orange. 10, I would have to give it an 8 because it's really high up, but it could be a 9 or a 10 if it was the right shade and if they had more shades. Like, it could be there. They had more shades.
So I haven't used this foundation in a while, but I thought what better time to kind of be a refresher to me than this video, because I'm actually going to be using this foundation in an upcoming video that I have coming out.
It blends out really easily even though it's thick, I would say that, but not really feeling the finish. Like in the beginning, I always reach for foundations, like I reach, I'm always using it, but then I just stop using it altogether. I think because it's the texture, it's the finish of it, the way it feels on the skin. It says it's lightweight, but it kind of makes my skin feel sticky. Like, yeah, that's what it, yeah. Like my skin is really, really sticky feeling. And then it has a smell, which isn't a bad smell, but like I smell it all day. It's sticky. And I don't like the finish. And the color's not right. This is, I would give this a 5.5. Maybe a 6. Maybe a 6. I don't want it to be too close to the 10 because it's definitely not. Alright, so my next foundation, and this foundation, I don't really know. It just wasn't, it was something about it that just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like bomb because this was the next foundation coming out. Like I just knew it was going to be bomb, but it just wasn't. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Full Coverage Weightless Feel Foundation. And you guys, I've used this foundation probably all of like one time. I'm actually going to compare it against the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation because I feel like they're very, very similar.
It's really, really thick and not the right shade. And I think that's probably what happened. Look at this. What? Feels like I'm applying clay on my face.
because the other colors, like, they're orange, but they're not this bad. Like, this is pretty bad.
They're really similar in texture. Like, they're both really thick foundations. They both have the squeeze too. They're both slender. Like, but one is just a better color option than the other.
Now, what I will say is that the total cover gives you more coverage. If I had to rate them, I would give this one a 7. And I would give this one, just because of the color and I don't know what they were doing, I would give this one a 6.75. So they're really, really, really close to each other. It's just that if this one had the color, I would probably use this one every day. Like, again, it's just, you can't have everything right. Alright, my last two that I'm going to be putting on side by side in this video are the Kokie Skin Perfect HD Foundation. So this one reminds me a lot of the LA Girl HD foundation and then the Makeup Forever HD foundation. So this one is practically brand new as well. I don't know why I keep buying drugstore foundations and then I just don't use them. So practically brand new. I'm going to be using this on this side, and then I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable on this side. You guys know I just did an oldies but goodies video. I'll have that link down below. And I did a review on this whole entire line as well, and I'll have that link down below as well.
The color could be a little bit better.
I like the finish of it. Like, I'm liking the finish. I'm liking the color. Everything's looking good. The L'Oreal True Match, you guys know it's pretty runny, so I usually would advise to take your time.
It's in between. I don't remember being like super oily with this foundation, but at the same time it's not like really matte. But it works well with like powders and stuff to give you a matte look, but it's not really.
If I were to blend this down, it's like the perfect color. And I feel like when you apply foundations that you really think match you really well, like your personal opinion that match you really well, you can kind of see when the other foundations don't really match you. Like, I feel like they both could work. So this one's definitely a lot more dewy, but it works with products really well. It blends in really well. I love it. This one, I don't know. I may try it out this week and see, but I think my main critique about this is that it doesn't last long. For texture and finish, I would give it to the Skin Perfect, because right now I'm seeing a lot of texture right here. But if I had to give them a rating, I would say this one is definitely a solid 8 for right now, because I don't know how it will be in 20 hours, but a solid 8. And this one I would give a 7.5, just because of the dewiness, and you know, I'm a matte girl. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and end this video now, because I've literally been sitting here over an hour doing this for you all, and it has been a lot. I cannot wait for the high-end one. But yeah, I cannot wait to do the high-end one. If there's any other foundation videos or like a specific foundation that you want me to try out, definitely let me know. Also, if there's any other product videos, like a genre of products, let me know, because I can go through my collection and try them out, specifying which one is the best and which one is the worst, because obviously it's up to different people. My personal preferences are going to be different from your preferences, but just kind of going off my jerry-rigged rating scale, you can kind of see which ones I really, really like, and then which ones I'm like, no, this is why I never use this foundation. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video and you love it, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. As always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.